Hi there, welcome to the Upcycle Design Lab. My name's Cindy and I craft using recycled, repurposed, and other unwanted materials. If you're new here, I hope you'll stick around and check out some of my other upcycling tutorials. And if you like what you see, you can check the subscribe button below any of my videos. Also, if you'd like to be notified when I upload new videos, be sure to check the bell icon as well. Anyway, whatever brought you here, I'm so happy you stopped by. I hope you'll find some inspiration here to rethink the things that you throw away. So for today's project, I'm going to be continuing with my Craftroom Makeover series. If you've seen some of my recent videos, then you know I've been working on a lot of projects to remodel and redecorate my craft room. And if you missed any of those previous videos, you can get to those links in the comment section of this video. So for today, I'm going to be working on a small project that turned into a long and arduous process, but I am remaking a lamp. And when I got it, it was just sort of this strange shaped lamp with no lampshade and no lampshade frame. So as part of the project, I am redecorating the base and also making a frame and a lampshade to match. If you're interested in a complete list of all of the materials that I used in this project, because it did get a little bit lengthy, you can check the link in the video comments below and link to my blog post, and there's a complete listing of all of the materials that I used there. But one of the materials that I did use that I have never used before was this Crayola air dry clay. And I have to say, once I got through a few of the literally sticky parts, I did really enjoy working with it. I watched a few videos to learn about air dry clay, and there are a lot of them out there, but this was a pretty easy clay to work with, and I have quite a bit left. It was fun to work with, so I'll probably be coming up with some more projects using the air dry clay in the future. But until then, let's get on with my lamp revamp. So I've laid out the materials that I'm going to be using in this project, and as I mentioned, I have this crazy looking sort of lamp that I'm going to give a makeover to. When I got it, it didn't have a shade, so that's going to be part of the project. But the first step is, my plan is to make some shapes out of some air dry clay, and I'm going to be using this cake mold, or frosting mold, I guess. I'm not sure what kind of glue I'm going to need, so I have all of my options out here. And then the last part is the just to give it a coat of paint. So I'm going to use the cream color trim color that I have in the room to paint the lamp itself. For the second stage of this project, I'm going to attempt to make a lamp shade frame. So I have some heavy duty wire. I don't know what gauge it is, but it is pliable but still pretty stiff and sturdy. I've got a couple of pliers, wire cutters to shape the wire with, and then my plan is to use this embroidery hoop for the top of the lampshade. And then to make the lampshade, I have a bunch of empty Mod Podge jars that I've used for various projects in this Craftroom makeover. So my plan is to make the shade out of them. I'm going to need to take the labels off of the bottles, which will take a little time. But I have some heavy cutters to cut the bottles with. I'm going to use the hammer and some small nails to punch holes, and then hook the pieces together with some jump rings. And I think I'm going to end up using these earring hooks as well. The picture in my head hasn't totally come together yet, but that is the rough plan for making over this lamp. So since this is my first time using air dry clay, I did watch a couple of videos, and there are a lot of different brands out there. I am using the Crayola air dry clay because that's what I found in the store, and I don't know any better. But what I did learn is that it's a slower drying clay, and I tried just putting it in the mold and leaving it for an hour or two, and I could not get it out at all. It just stuck to the mold. So I did a little more research, and I found out that you can use cooking spray or cornstarch or something to put in the mold so that the clay will be released more easily. I decided just to brush some cooking oil into the mold because I thought it would be a little bit less messy than trying to spray it. And what I found is that you can just press the clay right in and you're able to pull the clay out right as soon as you shape the clay. So I'm going to go ahead here and try to make one of the big flowers. You want to kind of warm the clay up a little bit in your hands and then press it firmly into the mold, and you want to make sure that you have the mold completely filled. If you get too much clay, you can clean it up with, there's all kinds of clay working tools. I actually have a tool that is used to get nuts out of a nutshell, but it worked perfectly for this application, just to clean off the extra clay from the edges. But you can see here that once I've got it pressed in the mold, it will pop out of the mold pretty smoothly. If you wanted to just keep your pieces flat, you could probably let them go ahead and dry completely in the mold, but because I want to shape mine around the curve of this lamp, I need it to be moldable. So I decided to go ahead and use wood glue for the clay, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the back and then press it onto the lamp and shape it and hold it in place till it sets a little bit. So one thing I did find when I was working with the clay in the mold is that you don't need to oil or grease the mold every single time. You can probably get 3 to 4 impressions of your shape between each time that you have to grease the mold. So here's what I have so far, and I've let these pieces actually dry, and you can see that the vine piece that I have on here has cracked in a couple of different places, and I'm not sure I really like the design of it anyway. So I've found that it's pretty easy to pry these pieces off if you just have a small sharp tool. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take these 2 vine pieces off that I've put on there and experiment with some other shapes. Another tip I have when you're using this mold is once you've got it molded and the edges are cleaned off, you want to just be able to gently pull the edges, the top edge away from the edge of the mold. And if you're able to do that, your piece should come out pretty cleanly. Alright, so to make the lampshade frame, I'm going to be using this embroidery hoop for the top part of the frame, and then I'm going to make the brace pieces with the metal wire to come down and hook onto the lamp. So I'm going to be making 4 brace pieces, and I'm using the glue bottle just to make a circle shape at the bottom, and then I'm straightening out the rest of the piece. And then once I have 4 pieces, I'm going to go ahead and use some smaller gauge wire to wire the pieces together. Alright, so here is my finished lamp. I'm done with all of the clay part, and I have to say it was a really fun medium to work with once I figured out how to get the shapes out of the mold. So I did get a little carried away, but I like it. It's a little kooky, but I got a lot of clay on there. One thing, I am a little bit nervous about the pieces coming off. One already fell off, so I am going to go over it with a coat of Mod Podge just to kind of hold everything together, and then I'll be ready to put the primer coat of paint and the finished coat of paint on it. So here is what I have so far on my wire frame. I did go ahead and use some lower gauge wire to wire the pieces together, and I also kind of reshaped it into more of an oval shape. And then the last step I need to do to finish the frame is just to figure out how to get this on here level and you know, I'll wire it on at the height that I want it to be on, or be at. And then it just fits right in here like a traditional, I'm doing it backwards. So these two pieces kind of fit in these clips here, and it's fairly stable, but just in case I don't want it to slide out of these frame, so I have a couple of pull tabs that are just going to fit right on here and keep that from sliding out. So I'll put one on both sides just to hold the frame secure. So I finished wiring on the embroidery hoop and my frame is pretty much finished here. This is just a closer look at the pull tabs and how they kind of hold the wire from slipping out of the lamp. If you need to remove the lampshade, you can just slide them up like a traditional lampshade and pull the lampshade off. So to make the frame, I'm using the empty Mod Podge bottles, and I've gone ahead and I've removed the label and the sticky paste from this container. And if you're interested in a simple way to get the labels off of glass bottles and plastic bottles, you can click the video in the corner right now. So to use this, I'm using my heavy cutters and I'm just cutting off the top edge. Now I did have a design change. My original plan was just to cut some square pieces and hook them together with the jump rings, but this design seemed a little too modern or something. The squares didn't look good with all of the flowery shapes that I made with the clay. So I switched it up a little bit and I went to this shape. And to do that, I actually have a punch that is called, it's from Pick Punch. These are actually guitar pick shapes, but this punch is a super heavy duty punch and it's made to actually punch through credit card material. So it works really well on the plastic containers, and I think it's just a little more delicate in shape, and the curves have a little bit better visual appeal for matching the flowers on my lamp themselves. So I'll take you through this process quickly and then we'll finish up the lamp. Alright, so this is kind of a three-step process to punch the shape and make the holes. So it is a little time consuming and tedious. This first step is the easiest. You're just going to slide the punch onto the container, make sure that the shape is all filled in. And then you want to set it down. You can't just squeeze this punch to get it to punch. You have to have it on a hard surface, and then you're just going to push down. And you'll have your shape. For this next step, I have my template here that's just a cutout negative of the shape, and I've marked the 4 spots where I want to punch a hole. Originally I was just trying to tap a hole in with a nail, but it's kind of slippery and so it's trickier. The nail would slide around. So I'm using this thing, it's called a center punch, and I'm just going to place it where I want the hole and press down, and then it will mark a nice little hole. And I still have to go back and make the hole with a nail, but it doesn't slide around then, and this is just easier to control. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my 4 spots where I need a hole. I'm getting pretty close to the edge. So you can see that I have some marks here, but the holes are not big enough to put the jump rings through yet. So for the final step, I have to go back with a nail and a hammer and just tap these holes to make them big enough for the jump rings. And now that piece is ready to be hooked together. So to assemble the lampshade, I'm using some jump rings and some pliers to apply a little earring hook to the very top of the piece, and then I will hook the pieces together with more jump rings. And because I have punched holes on 4 sides, once the chain is made, I can go back and attach the chain to the whole shade along the side of the pieces. So I did have one additional step that I had to add. Once I put the primer coat of paint on, I could see a bunch of holes and places where the clay wasn't quite touching the lamp, so it just had sort of dark spots on it. And I've gone ahead and I've filled in a lot of those spots already, but I think you can see some of where there are little gaps where the clay isn't quite touching the lamp. So to fill in these spots, I'm using a mixture of Elmer's glue and plaster of Paris and just mixing kind of a thick paste. And then I'm just applying it to the lamp and brushing off any excess with a paintbrush to fill in all of the holes. And once that's done, I'll be ready to put my final coat of paint on. To finish the lampshade, I'm taking the earring hooks and hooking them over the embroidery hoop on my lampshade frame. And then I'll go back and I'll tighten up the earring hooks so that they'll stay in place. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my YouTube channel. And also be sure to check out some of my other projects in this Craftroom Makeover series.